Los Angeles. In one locker room there was praise for Damian Lillard. There was acceptance of being on the verge of an improbable playoff series victory. And there was a little laughter. As Mason Plumlee strolled past Gerald Henderson's stall on his way out of the Trail Blazers locker room at Staples Center, Henderson stopped in mid-sentence during an interview, scanned Plumlee's slick threads, a soft white suit with a black shirt and a pair of flashy sneakers, and hissed in laughter. "Woo-oo-oo-oo. Boy fresh," Henderson bellowed aloud. "Look at him." Meanwhile, a little way down the never-ending corridor behind the scenes at Staples, through a couple black curtains and past the Los Angeles Clippers locker room, Blake Griffin was lounging on a motorized cart, his injured left leg engulfed by a soft cast, crutches resting to his side. "Hang in there, Blake," a security guard said, as Griffin cruised by. The Blazers defeated the Clippers 108-98 Wednesday night in Game 5 of the first round of the Western Conference playoffs, snatching a 3-2 lead in the best-of-7 series. A Blazers win Friday night at the Moda Center would improbably secure them a second-round date with the Golden State Warriors and add a stunning twist to a surreal season. As Griffin scooted off toward uncertainty, the Blazers pushed ahead toward inevitability. "Doesn't it feel like this series is over? Doesn't it seem like the short-handed Clippers need a miracle?" Fighting without injured stars Chris Paul and Griffin, the Clippers played inspiring basketball Wednesday, pushing the Blazers to the brink before Lillard went nuts in the fourth quarter. But the Blazers won their third consecutive game in the series and left Los Angeles fueled by momentum, optimism and purpose. They returned to Portland where they're on the cusp of doing what was once unthinkable, saying they remain the underdogs but sounding very much like the favorites. "We want to close the series out," CJ McCollum said. "We've got a unique opportunity here to play an elimination game at home, and we want to make sure we take full advantage of it." About 90 minutes before tip-off Wednesday, Clippers coach Doc Rivers spent nearly 8 minutes answering questions about his injured stars, his team's bleak outlook and his long-term hopes for his hard-luck franchise. Near the end, a reporter asked Rivers who he leaned on during such trying moments, when it was hard to stop from growing discouraged. "I don't know," Rivers said. "I don't have an answer." Another question came. But Rivers couldn't speak. He lifted his hand to his face to shield his eyes, which had filled with tears. The room grew silent. "I'm not crying over being discouraged," he said, pausing. "It made me think about my mom. That would have been a person. Rivers' mother, Betty Rivers, died last year." This series was supposed to be emotional, as two budding rivals went toe-to-toe in what was expected to be the most competitive and alluring series of the first round in the West. But it wasn't supposed to feature this kind of emotion. A couple hours after tearing up, Rivers, who had said he was contemplating 10 different lineups, was forced to start Austin Rivers, J.J. Redick, Jamal Crawford, Paul Pierce, and DeAndre Jordan. The group had played just 4 minutes together all season. Things went well for the bulk of 3 quarters, however, and when Los Angeles closed the third with a 9-0 run, the score was tied 71-71, the crowd was energized and the momentum was on the Clippers' side. The emotion had changed dramatically. But Blazers coach Terry Stotts, in a rare and ultimately successful move, decided to open the fourth quarter with a struggling Lillard on the court and the game changed for good. The two-time All-Star had struggled mightily to that point, making just 1 of 10 shots and scoring 6 points. But he suddenly caught fire, swishing back-to-back three-pointers, snatching a steal and streaking for a fast break dunk, swishing another 3 and, eventually, delivering another dose of Lillard time. He opened the fourth by making 6 consecutive shots, including 4 threes, and scored 16 of his 22 points in the final quarter. With 3:38 left, Lillard darted to the left side of the perimeter around a screen, elevated for a tough leaning 3 with Austin Rivers in his face and banked the shot in off the glass. Rivers threw his hands up in disgust. The Blazers led 102-86 and the game was all but over. "I knew it was coming eventually," Ed Davis said of Lillard's hot streak. "It came at the perfect time." And now the Blazers come home, leading 3-2, owning the unlikely opportunity to close out their series and continue their improbable season. "Obviously we want to finish it off," Davis said. "We don't want to come back to Los Angeles. We've got to watch film, focus on us, stay in the moment and just be ready to play."